Welcome and anchor down from the Vanderbilt campus. Jimmy and Zach are back with episode 19 of our Vandy Sports podcast, JT and Zeke on West End. And we are still super excited from the win yesterday over number 8 Texas A&M. I've been slapping the desk in every single class today thinking that I'm still in Memorial Gym. And that was a great win for our team.
This is probably Vanderbilt's biggest win since beating Kentucky in the SEC Tournament Championship a few years back. Like we said, we're absolutely pumped. And let's just get into the swing of things. There's a few reasons why I think we won. One is the fact that we out-rebounded A&M. This season, rebounding has been an issue, especially allowing the offensive boards. Yesterday, we completely controlled that.
Yeah, rebounds and turnovers. Those were two big issues early on for this team, but not last night at all. A&M's a pretty big team too, and we out-rebounded them 38-31. Only 12 turnovers. That is huge, and our core 4 guys all showed up and played well.
Yeah, also, we beat them in points in the paint 28-22, and Damian stayed out of foul trouble. That's huge. The past few games, he's been absolutely dominant, and a lot of that can be attributed to the fact that he's actually staying on the court. The refs aren't taking him out of the game.
Yeah, Damian double-double last night, had 13 and 10. He was a beast. Another guy we have to talk about, the player of the game, Jeff Roberson. He's somebody who can do it all. He was 8 of 10 from the field for 20 points. Complete game on the defensive end as well. Really solid performance from Jeff.
Yeah, he played extremely well. Also, Luke Cornett, unbelievably clutch yesterday. Beginning of the game, hitting that crazy three-pointer at the end of the shot clock, and then doing it again a couple drives later. He played unbelievably well. I think he hit, what was it, 3 3-pointers in the game?
Yeah. Oh, no, he actually had 4. He was 4 of 6.
Okay, 14 total points and 9 rebounds. He obviously played well. Shots were falling. And then someone else, obviously, Wade Baldwin, our best player, 17 points, 8 assists. Some of those assists were absolute dimes, too. The one in which he found Roberson for the and one. There were a few other great passes by him.
Yeah, after coming off a couple shaky performances recently, the past few weeks, also it's worth noting that Wade only had 1 turnover, which is absolutely huge. He was playing within himself, and he was making every other player on the floor better while he did it.
Yeah, so we've mentioned 4 players, and these are really our core 4. Yesterday they went 26 of 39 combined, and just to refresh, that's Cornett, Roberson, Damian, and Wade Baldwin. 26 of 39 from the floor yesterday, and 10 of 16 from 3. The one issue is, we're kind of lacking in the depth, it seems like.
Yeah, it's like the opposite of how we thought it would be. We thought we were coming into the season with a ton of depth, and people were going to be competing for time. But those 4 guys, they carry our team. Matthew Fisher-Davis, he has been solid lately, just not this game. His shots just didn't go down, but he was very good on the defensive end compared to how he usually was. He was focused, and I think some of that might come from, if you listen to the post-game press conferences, the team had a meeting before this game and where people said what was on their mind, called out other guys on what they didn't think they were doing, and I assume that somebody might have said something like, Matt, you got to play some defense, and he really stepped up in that area.
Yeah, that's huge for the team, too. Clearly, there's been either psychological or chemistry issues. Getting everything off of their chest definitely made a difference. That said, I don't want to say that this game is an absolute turnaround for this team. It's just one game. A lot of teams have had upsets. You don't want to put too much stock into it, but I'm super excited about it.
Oh, yeah, there's hope. There's hope again. It's just one game, but that might be the best team that we play all year, and we absolutely dominated them. We were up 7 at halftime, and we were saying to each other in the stands, what is this, like a 50-50 game? We thought it was going to go down like how the Florida one was, close at the end. Maybe we'll win, maybe we won't. But we really put the foot down on the gas pedal, outscored them by 10 in the second half. And another stat, I'm not sure if Jimmy said this, worth noting is that just playing with toughness, playing with intensity, playing with focus, they only had 4 second chance points. That's really good. That's rare for our team to only give up that many second chance points. And that's just a testament to how well they played.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned we were up by 7 at the half. Also worth noting, I think there's 3 points in the game in which we really separated ourselves. One was the very beginning.
Oh, that was fun.
What was it, 14-2, or it was something
11
crazy.
11 to 1 at one point.
11
It might have even
to
been 14 to
1.
1. I don't know.
It was an unbelievable start. Then we closed the half extremely well. I mean, a lot of the first half was really tight. Being able to make it a 7-point margin going into halftime was huge. And then we started the second half with 7 consecutive points, making it a 14-point margin. right from the get-go. That's 3 critical points in the game in which we really separated ourselves, and that's huge for a team that struggled at the end of the game. I mean, if you're up by over 15, it doesn't really matter how you close it out.
Oh, yeah. A lot of the times that Texas A&M went on runs, well, basketball is a game of runs. Every fan knows that. But the only times Texas A&M really went on runs is when we pulled our starters, and Stallings kind of did like bulk substitutions, which we haven't really seen him do much, where we'd have like 4 of our key guys out at a certain time, and that's when Texas A&M would make a little push. But if we had kept our starters in the whole game, assuming they kept up how they were playing, this might have been even a larger margin.
Definitely, as we mentioned, it's those starters that are the core to this team. They've been so phenomenal. Just in terms of the season so far, all 4 of those guys are averaging over 9 points per game. Damian and Luke are both averaging over 7 rebounds per game. Their percentages are very solid. Aside, I guess Cornette's only 4-11 from the field, but Roberson's shooting over 50% from the field, also 82% from the line, and 48 from three-pointer.
Yeah, he might have a season where he shoots 50 from 3 because he doesn't have that many attempts. He could even get it up a little bit, 50 from 3 in the field and 80 from the line. That'd be really impressive. Another thing I think is worth noting is that Damian's rebounding has drastically improved as the season went on. I don't know if it's technique, I don't know if it's focus, I don't know if it's toughness or whatever it is, but he's averaging 10 boards a game in his last 4 games, and he's pulling down some rebounds that we don't think he's going to come down with, and it's like, oh my God, how did he get up and get that?
You can tell the difference. Watching some of the early games, I'd always be complaining, like, where is Damian on that? Or maybe he's there and he's just not putting the effort in. Why isn't he boxing people out? Past few games, it's been the exact opposite. He's like a magnet to the ball. Clearly, he's emphasizing rebounding more. And earlier in the season, Cornette was by far the best rebounder. Recently, I think Damian's maybe taken over that position or that spot as a top rebounder.
Yeah, Damian has all the attributes to be one of the best rebounders in the nation. I mean, just look at him, 7 feet tall, super bouncy, super long. He's rebounding up to 7 a game. Also, Wade's assists are up. They were down. People were wondering what's up with that. I think it was just kind of random at the beginning of the season. His assists are up to around 4.5 a game. And we have 3 guys who are each shooting 47% from 3. That's just absolutely ridiculous. And I think the analysts like to say, oh, when Vandy's shots fall, they're a good team. It's more than that, though. It's the rebounding, it's the turnovers, it's playing well as a unit. We have the shooters, and it's just everything coming together that's going to make us a threat.
Yeah, and I think everything came together yesterday, and that's why we were able to win by 17 points. I think now we should look forward. We have a relatively easy schedule coming up. Obviously,
really easy.
Ole Miss tomorrow night at 7 p.m., I believe. That's probably the hardest game we have in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, Ole Miss, they're 4-5 in conference. They're tough at home. They have a small guard, Moody. He's 5'10". He averages 24 points a game, so we'll have to contain him. But if you look at the records of the next 4 teams coming up, Ole Miss is 4-5 in conference. The next 3 teams are all really, really bad. It's the 3 worst teams in the SEC. We have Missouri, Auburn, and Mississippi State, and between those teams, they've only combined to win 6 conference games this year. So we could envision us definitely going 4-0 in the next 4 games.
Yeah, even looking at Georgia also.
And that's at home.
They're 5-4 in the SEC. They're not the greatest team, though. I look at the next 5 games as not only winnable, but a time for us to really regain or gain momentum for the first time, to be honest. And like heading into that Florida, Kentucky, Tennessee, like Texas A&M stretch at the end of the season, getting 5 wins in a row now would be huge. Or I guess it would be 6.
Yeah, well, if we get that 5 in a row, it means that we don't have to have a heroic ending to the season by any means to get into the tournament. I think that the magic number is 20, no matter how we get there, really. We go 7-2 in the next 9 games. Then we have at Florida, Kentucky, and at A&M. That means we would have won at least one of those games, and we would be to 20 wins. We have a really good strength of schedule. Even if we got knocked off in the first game that we play in the SEC tournament, I still think we would be in with 20.
Yeah, 20 seems to be the magic number. 21 is definitely the safe
21
number.
Definitely in with
but
21.
You look at last season, UCLA made it at 19-13. I think us with our strength of schedule, 20 will definitely or should be enough. I don't want to make any guarantees.
The only way it might not be is if we lose the Kentucky game and the A&M game and then lose the first game in the SEC tournament. I think that's the only scenario where 20 wouldn't be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all about we need one more quality win. Texas A&M, that's really the first one. Florida, it kind of is. And speaking of Florida, that was our second game in 2 seasons in which we won by under 5 points. So that was huge for the program.
Definitely. And we were talking before, I think Kentucky is now definitely the biggest game left on our schedule. Winning at A&M, of course, would be massive, the last regular season game, but people might just throw that up to their only 2 quality wins was just a good matchup for them. Winning at Kentucky would show that we have a diverse profile when it comes to quality wins for the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the keys looking forward is consistency. We now know that this team has such a high ceiling. I guess we've known it all season, but yesterday we proved it. At the same time, we've had a lot of games in which we haven't shown it, in which we've looked like a very weak team. You look at that Texas game, 16 points in the first half. We don't need to play the same way we played yesterday every game, but we need to play well enough that we win all of the games against SEC foes that just aren't all that powerful. And I mean, like we said, that's the next 4, maybe even 5 if you put Georgia in that category. These are easy wins to get. Let's just pick up the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. Of course, yesterday, quality win, beating a top 10 team. I think the biggest takeaway, though, is that we know that our team is good enough. I was starting to worry with the games at Kentucky and Texas, like, can we actually get it together? And if we play how we did yesterday, we can beat any team in the country. Now it's not going to be a 17-point margin over every team in the country. We aren't going to play as well as we did yesterday every game. But some of these SEC teams are really, really bad, and we can play a little worse than we did yesterday and still beat most of them. So we're still optimistic about the rest of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And another key, in my opinion, is winning on the road. I mean, Vandy at Memorial is completely different from Vandy on the road, I've noticed. We just don't have – maybe the Tennessee game is somewhat of a quality win, but that's the only away game in which we've shown ourselves to play well. That needs to change in the next 9 games, and especially in the tournament in which you have no home games.
Oh, yeah, you're right on with that one. Beating Ole Miss would be great. That's another win that's around the quality of the Tennessee one, if not a little better. How about Tennessee beating Kentucky the other day? That just blew my mind. It shows anybody can beat anybody in college basketball. But even if we don't win at Texas A&M, if we won at Ole Miss and won at Florida, it would show that our team isn't just a home team, and we'd have confidence going on to the neutral floors in the postseason tournaments.
Yeah, that's what we need. As said, 20 seems to be the magic number. This is a team that easily could make the tournament. We should make the tournament right now. Kind of on the cusp, maybe first team in right now. I like that. Let's hopefully move up a little bit. But, yeah, we're close to the tournament. We're going to be right on the edge. We need to finish strong.
Yeah, they look at those last 12 games really closely, and ESPN with Louisville putting a self-imposed ban on themselves for this year had us as the one team taking their spot. So we are literally right on the fence right now. We control our own destiny.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. I think we've really covered it all. Huge end of the season coming up. 9 remaining games. Win 6 of them, we're in decent shape. Win 7, we're in great shape. Let's just see a Vandy that plays somewhat similarly to how they played yesterday.
If the team plays together, the pieces are there to make some noise. That's for sure.
All right.
With that, till next time, anchor down.
Yep. Thank you, and anchor down.